So this is my review and my thoughts about the 1963 Western McLintock, starring John Wayne. It's a good little film. It's a Western played largely for laughs. There are some action adventure scenes. There's some romantic subplots, as you would expect. But ultimately, it's a cute film. It's probably not my favorite John Wayne movie, but I wanted to just give some thoughts about it. To its credit, the sets, the costumes, and the colors, they all look amazing. It's a very well-made Western production. And it is also filled with plenty of goofy slapstick scenes and humor, most noticeably fistfights, which you would expect from a John Wayne movie. The plot is that John Wayne's character is a wealthy cattle rancher, and as the film begins, his estranged, bitter ex-wife, played by Maureen O'Hara, shows up wanting divorce and custody of their daughter. So that's sort of the underlying plot going through the film. As usual, John Wayne is his standard character, the tough, rugged, no-nonsense cowboy, as you would expect, and he plays it well. He's very watchable, and he's a very likable character. You know, that's how John Wayne is in his movies. And Maureen O'Hara does a fine job as well, playing this estranged wife who wants the divorce, and yet you and I, the viewers, we know that there is still that chemistry between the two of them. And I'm not going to give spoilers, but you kind of know where the film's going to go. From what I've read, from some of the background, the story was loosely based on Shakespeare, of all people, the Taming of the Shrew. So, you know, as far as you can draw a parallel there, I guess. So the film continues. Their daughter shows up for a visit. She's played by a very young Stephanie Powers, who people may know better from Heart to Heart, which is a show Prime really needs to stream. I don't think they are, and that's an old program I wouldn't mind checking out again. There's a cattleman character as well named Dev, who is played by Patrick Wayne, who's John Wayne's real-life son, and you know, he's a good, convincing actor. It's kind of fun to see that chemistry in the film between father and son in real life, but in the movie their characters are unrelated, of course. So he and the Stephanie Powers character have a romantic subplot that we follow as well. And that does kind of lead into one of the more peculiar things about the film, is that when she acts sassy, well, the resolution of that is that he puts her across his knee and spanks her with a coal shovel. Okay. So there's some content that, well, you know, the easily offended might get offended by, so I just wanted to bring that particular aspect of the film up. You know, it's a dated film, what can you say? You know, it's an old Western. There's also an extended fist fight sequence. It takes place near a mud hole, near a hangman's noose. It was kind of cute at first, but it does get a little bit tedious after a while. I mean, how many times can someone get punched and sent sliding down into a muddy ravine, you know, accompanied with a slide trombone noise sound effect? That kind of goes on for a while. I mean, it's played for laughs, I know, with everybody getting gross and muddy, but it started to feel akin to a giant pie fight scene. I won't say much more about the plot from this point on, but as you can expect, it's a lighthearted comedy. Everything sort of works out in the end. Although that ending, well, you gotta watch it and see. I think the moral of the film is that you can solve any problem in a marriage with a good spanking? Okay. I think part of what added to this humor wasn't necessarily the gags. It was funny for me just realizing how there's so much content in this film that it would never be made today like this. And I think maybe that's part of the appeal. Like I said before, it's going to probably offend some people. And honestly, I don't think audiences of today would really go for this kind of goofy, slapstick, Western humor genre anymore. But who knows, maybe some daring and adventurous filmmaker might try to make a remake of this someday, but I highly doubt it. McLintock is available on Amazon Prime currently. I checked it out there, but from doing a little bit of searching online, it's also in the public domain, so you can find it out there for free. And it's a cute Western. It's worth checking out.